can't open the door.
Go on, you. Right. Go on.
Why don't you open it?
Waiting. Calm down. It's unfair. This ain't pleasure. Stop it. Fuck it.
It might still be a...
This has to be the first time that I've been confused about a game. I didn't know what type of category to put this in. Was this a movie game or an interactive movie? I honestly couldn't tell at times. I was about halfway through the game. I thought I had it, and then I questioned myself about it, and the more I thought about it, it's kind of like a hybrid of them two. It's the best way I can describe it. So you can't really tell what it is. It's an interactive movie game. Beyond Two Souls is a psychological thriller at times, evolving around Jodie and this entity who's attached to her, and because it's from Quantum Dreams, you know there's going to be a lot of quick time events and certain branches in the story with different outcomes. The campaign is out of sequence, like a puzzle type of thing where you fill in the gaps of Jodie's story, back and forth throughout her timeline, slowly filling in the gaps of her story. 1 minute you're in the CIA, the next minute you're a test subject, then you're a depressive teenager? Well, she has this connection to this entity, or other words, a poltergeist. For me, I did not mind this. It left a significant impression for the story to unravel. Then we get to the common cliche. Of course, the military is going to see her as a weapon to be used. Oh, our cliches out. I've seen this over and over again. It kind of reminds me of Firestarter or something. Then it gets interesting again, as in the meantime, they're trying to connect this portal to the Netherworld, where the dead lies and possible demonish things live. To weaponize it, that's the best way that I can go into the story without spoiling it. Yet be prepared that this game does play on your heartstrings. You get to play as Jodie and this entity friend called Aiden. It's spelt one way but pronounced another. What did confuse me at first, and some reason I kept on thinking it was Isaac for a long time. Took a while for that to sink in. Anyone else get that similar experience as well? Well, Aiden is attached to her as you switch from one character to the other. I think that the controls are more fluid than Heavy Rain's. Moving around is far more easier and it moves more quicker in response. And some points both Jodie and Aiden have these dots what shows what they can interact with. There are many quick time events as you play as Jodie, however it's not so much hand holding like in the previous title. The combat slows down time a bit for you to move the analog stick in the direction that Jodie's moving in the cutscene. You've got to guess roughly what direction Jodie's going in. Again, I thought that this was a bit of a challenge to it. Yeah, it's just not clear all the time on what way you're supposed to go in at times. Nevertheless, the game is very forgiving if you miss the quick time event. The only problem that I had, sometimes it's too dark to see in certain quick time events, and this can be very frustrating. I had to adjust my TV's picture. Why could I not do this in game like in every other game? However, Aiden controls can feel a bit, dazzling, is that the word? Or in my case, it was hard to see where I was going at times throughout certain parts of the campaign. And can take a bit of time to get used to. However, once when you get used to it, you don't really notice it anymore. This is the game's best feature by far, is when you take control of Aiden. The idea of this entity is great, possessing people, doing ghost shit, moving stuff around, and freaking people out.
There's someone here! I know there's someone here!
Who did that? The fuck?
I'm not staying here.
The only thing that lets this mechanic down is that it's very linear and heavy scripted. Plenty of times it says that you can kill this enemy, but not others. It's so fixed on what Aiden can do. When I thought that I've got this figured out, it says, oh no, you can't possess that person. You have to possess the one what we picked out for you. Or you can't kill that person, you have to kill the one what we fixed out on the other. Oh, it's like, what a massive missed opportunity this could have been. It would have been more fun if I could take control over whoever I wanted to. And I was a bit frustrated that I could see what this could have been. Imagine it taking over one enemy, shooting the others, and oh, it's just so very disappointing. And sometimes with Aiden, you can go quite far away from Jodie at times, and other levels you can't even move more than 5 feet. The game keeps on changing the rules on the distance that you can go. It does not take away from the game, it's just more like be aware of it. The cutscenes are interesting as you go through the story. It had my attention most of the time. Although, there is one annoying thing about the cutscenes. They're unskippable. This can be very frustrating if I did a second playthrough. I think that it would drive me nuts.
That's Scott. Is that Reese?
Yeah. We should allow you to skip it.
So stop that.
Gameplay animations have been improved, yet it still feels robotic at times when they move around. Nevertheless, it's a massive improvement since Heavy Rain. The level design are stage set pieces. There was one level that sticks out in mind. What left a significant impression was this building one when you're a teenager and the government wants you to sort out their mess that they made. It goes like deep horror shit where there's all dead bodies and blood all over the place. I was surprised that this built a lot of tension as I walk around hoping nothing wouldn't jump out on me. This part got me very interested because it was filling in the blanks what was going on down here and how everything would just shit so fast. I thought that this area of the game was well designed. I could not pull myself away from this part with the horror elements, what was going on here. Then you see these entities like flying about through these visions what you're getting and it's like, oh crap, what the fuck did they do? Then you see all fucking possessed people and shit and it's like, oh fuck! If more of the game was like this, it would actually got me interested a lot more and with a lot more playthroughs throughout the game. The other set stage what I thought was good was this CIA mission where you're sneaking around going after the enemy's target and using Aiden to distract them, and I can't believe it that this is the only time that you're actually playing the fucking game. All the other times I was just quick time events or just moving the analog stick over. It's like, why weren't there more of this here? I can't really figure out why there weren't more levels like this. This was actually quite fun. It was an assassination mission, end of. And why weren't there more of these? It's massive missed opportunity again. For the characters, they're all completely forgettable. The only two that I remember after completing these were these two. On the other hand, I can't even remember their names to save my life. That's how interesting they were to me. The graphics are awesome and I thought the acting is brilliantly done. The actors, especially with their brilliant facial animations, you can tell what the characters are actually feeling with the expressions on their face where they use this motion cap technology on it. And the voice acting I thought was top notch and well performed. You can tell a lot of care went into it. For the soundtrack, nothing really jumps out and I completely draw a blank. I actually did try to think at least one, it just weren't gonna happen. As for the gameplay sounds, I never noticed anything out of the ordinary in the game. For some reason, I noticed the sound of the snow on the ground as you walk across it, with that crunching sound. I don't know why I remember this, I just thought to mention it. For how long the game is, I think it's around about 8 hours. Again, this game is meant to be played multiple times, however for me, I don't see myself returning to it, because you can't make massive changes in the storyline like you did with Heavy Rain. So in the end, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It's one of them games you're either going to like it or you're going to hate it. It's an enjoyable interactive movie game. I thought the story was interesting, it's just if you played the previous games, you could be disappointed in it like I was. By the choices that you make and the outcomes and how you influence the story, in my opinion, Heavy Rain is the better game. So have you played it? What did you think of Beyond Two Souls? Leave it in the comments below. Until next game, I'm fucking off.
Sorry eyes, because
cut through the bone, make it hard to leave you alone. They leave you here, wearing your wounds, waving your guns at somebody new. Oh, baby, you're a loss. Baby, you're a loss. Baby, you're a lost cause.
The only problem that I had, sometimes it's too dark to see in certain QuickTime events, and this can be very frustrating. I like to adjust my TV picture so I can see these. Why could I not change this in the game, in the options menu? It says that I can't process it person, only scripted ones, and for that it's a massive missed opportunity. It would have been a lot more fun if I could take control of whoever I wanted and turn the enemies against each other. I was a bit frustrated because I could have seen what this could have been. Go on, you. Right. Go on, you open it. Wait, you. Calm down. It's unfair. No, this ain't pleasure. Stop it. Fuck it!